there lived a samurai by the name of Tobirama. Apart from his extraordinary swordsmanship, Tobirama was well known throughout this nation for his firm discipline and dedication to leading a peaceful existence. He had been taught the techniques of the samurai since he was a child. He had learned the philosophy of a samurai's existence as well as the technique of the sword under the guidance of the sage Master Kaido. He lived a life based on strict moral principles, loyalty, and honor. He practiced martial arts with persistent devotion, meditated beneath the village's roaring waterfall, and showed generosity and modesty to everyone he came into contact with. Tobirama's disciplined life was tested one fateful evening, when a messenger arrived in the village bearing an invitation from Lord Takashi, the ruler of a neighboring province. Tobirama felt an obligation and excitement at being invited, and it was an honor. He was to recruit in Lord Takashi's army to fight an evil opponent that was posing a danger to their territory. As he got ready to go while dressed in his best armor, the villagers gathered around him. The years of attentive maintenance had made his sword shine in the dying sunlight. Speaking to his fellow villagers, he promised them that his intense education would enable him to overcome any challenge, and that he would return to defend their way of life. As Tobirama journeyed to Lord Takashi's castle, he encountered other warriors who had been summoned for the impending battle. Their eyes were filled with events that Tobirama could not have imagined, and they appeared tough and weathered from combat. He stayed cool and devoted to the samurai rules of conduct in spite of the seriousness of the situation. His unrelenting discipline continued to earn him respect from everyone around him. When the big battle day finally arrived, Tobirama and his fellow fighters were prepared on the field of combat. The air was filled with the sound of swords clashing, fighting cries, and a loud noise. He battled bravely, his every action guided by his well-learned discipline. He took out opponents with accuracy while staying focused on his objective. He found himself in the middle of something unexpected as the battle continued on. As the enemy ranks parted, a standing figure came into view, and Tobirama recognized the face. It was Kinzo, his childhood friend who had grown up in the same area and received the same training. Kinzo had joined the opposing forces and taken a new route, one of retaliation and hatred. With a vengeance that betrayed their years of friendship, Kinzo swung his sword at Tobirama, his eyes full of anger. Torn between his affection for his friend and his allegiance to the samurai code, Tobirama disarmed Kinzo and rendered him unconscious without causing any long-term damage. The battle raged on, and eventually, Lord Takashi's forces emerged victorious. But Tobirama's heart was heavy as he looked at his fallen friend. He was aware that Kinzo had given up the respect and discipline that had characterized their upbringing for a life of rage and retaliation. While tending to Kinzo's wounds, Tobirama came to the realization that maintaining honor and discipline was just as important as defeating one's rivals in order to achieve true victory.